Caitlyn Clark was just assaulted bad. This is the worst one ever, bro. She was literally poked in the eye, then pushed to the ground.
I think it's all part of the game. Caitlyn Clark does taunt the refs, complain a lot, go back there a lot.
Shit about the WNBA. Yeah. That league sucks.
I'll tell you why they're relevant is because of this one white girl that just keeps flexing on all the black girls, man.
Yeah. White people love watching that.
Caitlyn Clark.
WNBA and the No Space for Hate campaign has to be, pardon my language, the biggest crock of shit.
That ain't a representation of us. Y'all not like us. They not like us, okay?
Just moments ago, the WNBA may have crossed a new line. And once again, Caitlyn Clark is right in the center of the storm.
She is the needle mover.
Caitlyn Clark is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP.
She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
She's not just another player. She's a record breaker, a trailblazer, and the reason arenas are selling out across America.
WNBA and the No Space for Hate campaign has to be, pardon my language, the biggest crock of shit.
But instead of being celebrated, her rise is being met with resistance, some of it loud, some of it disturbingly quiet. And now the spotlight is on the Atlanta Dream's ownership, following yet another eyebrow-raising moment.
JC Sheldon claws her in the eye. Mabry just goes and shoves her onto the ground.
JC Sheldon had pushed Caitlyn. She had pushed Caitlyn in a second quarter.
What went down wasn't just a tough play. It felt targeted. It felt orchestrated. And it's raising questions louder than ever.
By Marina Marbury.
She is a dirty player.
Marina Mabry, you dirty slime ball player. You come and blindside Caitlyn Clark.
The damn game is still on.
Was this a genuine basketball rivalry or a staged effort to undercut the WNBA's most influential new star?
We see Caitlyn Clark on the receiving end of something, and it's not called correctly. In fact, she gets a technical foul after getting poked in the eye and then shoved to the floor, and Marina Mabry doesn't even get thrown out of the game. It's basically open season on Caitlyn Clark.
Because this goes far beyond physical play. It's about power. It's about resentment. It's about a league unsure how to handle the unstoppable force that is Caitlyn Clark.
She's the Rookie of the Year. She's fourth in the league in MVP voting.
Caitlyn Clark is an absolute all-star. She is the Michael Jordan of this. This is the girl that girls have been waiting for forever.
Caitlyn Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
If you stand for true greatness under pressure, hit that like button. If you're fed up with the politics behind the scenes, subscribe now. And sound off in the comments, is Caitlyn Clark being singled out? Or is this just how the game gets played at the top? Because what just happened, it didn't look like basketball. It looked like something much bigger.
No player in WNBA history has had to deal with this, what she's dealing with.
The moment Caitlyn Clark hit the hardwood, the internet exploded. And this time, fans weren't just mad, they were outraged. On Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, you name it. One question echoed across every platform. How is this still happening?
If you want to give Caitlyn Clark a technical foul for the reaction, the ball's here. The ball is here. Caitlyn Clark's head is here. The ball is, she's nowhere near the ball and she goes for the eye. You might as well just say it's protect all players. It's protect all players other than Caitlyn Clark. Because they are watching her scratch someone in the eye this much away from the ball. It's not even close.
People didn't see a regular foul. They saw a targeted hit, and they weren't having it. Clips of the incident flooded timelines within minutes. Thousands of fans slammed the WNBA for once again staying silent while Clark took another cheap shot. No tech, no flagrant, no protection, just more silence.
Look at the fans! Look at the fans! Look at the damn fans, bro! Caitlyn poked in the eye.
And it wasn't just fans speaking up. Sports analysts jumped in too. The comparisons came quick. This is what MJ dealt with, they said, except the league had his back. The difference now?
Caitlyn Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP.
She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlyn?
Yeah, she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person and she has like a lot of aura, so like
Caitlyn's taking hits like a superstar, but the system built to protect her is nowhere in sight. Even more telling, the Atlanta Dream's front office stayed quiet. Not a word, no clarification, no acknowledgement. That silence wasn't just deafening, it was deliberate. But on the other side, Indiana Fever fans rose up, loud, proud, unshakable. You could feel their energy during free throws.
She clawed her in the eye. That is an ejection. No question about it, that is an ejection. It's not even within 5 feet of the, not even within a foot of the ball. That's an ejection too. That's an ejection too. Both of them are ejections. If the referees leave either of them, if we're going severity of it, JC Sheldon has to be ejected. JC Sheldon, the precedence that they will set, if JC Sheldon intentionally scratches somebody in the eye, there's no question about that. That is intentional.
You saw their reaction during the replays. Online, they had one clear message. You can knock her down, but we're standing with her. This is no longer about one game or one foul. This is about a league divided between those who fear Caitlyn's rise and those who know they're witnessing something historic. And here's where things get even crazier. An actual online petition surfaced, calling for Sophie Cunningham to be booted from the league.
Sophie Cunningham hard fouls JC Sheldon.
Sophie Cunningham removed from the WNBA.
She straight up tackled JC Sheldon.
If they would have just ejected Marina Mabry, this probably wouldn't have happened.
Sophie Cunningham removed from the WNBA.
Why? Her physical play, especially in games with Caitlyn, has crossed the line for many fans. Some laughed it off. Others saw the bigger picture, a growing strategy to stir chaos around Clark and shift the spotlight away from her. And let's be real, if Caitlyn had been the one throwing elbows, the media would have gone wild. Unprofessional, too emotional. But when it's others going at her, crickets, or worse, approval, even rival fan bases are piling on.
One, because she's really good, and you're, with any great player, you're going to try to intimidate physically if you can. And two, because she brings it on. She talks trash. She lets you know when she's putting it in your eye. She walks around the floor, whether it's with the referees, whether it's with the opponent, whether it's with anybody, as if she's the baddest woman on the planet, if not on the court. And she has the ability to back that up. I don't have any issue with that.
Some are calling to move the All-Star game out of Indiana altogether. What started as basketball is turning into a full-blown media storm. Caitlyn Clark isn't just a rookie anymore. She's a lightning rod. And every hit she takes isn't just physical, it's political.
Hey, Caitlyn's reaction, JC Sheldon is literally just grabbing and scratching Caitlyn the whole game.
Marina Mabry exploding Caitlyn Clark like a safety coming downhill in the NFL. There was no flop there. Marina Mabry did a straight beeline run to Caitlyn Clark and checked her. You got Lexi Hull saying, JC, what the hell is wrong with you? This was all game, folks. All game. Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever were getting checked. All game, the Indiana Fever were getting punked. All game, the referees let this physical style of basketball continue and continue and continue and continue and continue and continue.
Weak and frankly dangerous refereeing that's putting players at risk, especially Clark. This was more than just one bad call. Caitlyn Clark got poked in the eye, shoved to the ground, and hip checked, all in one game, and none of it was properly addressed. Not only was there no flagrant called, but Marina Mabry didn't even get ejected. If roles were reversed,
JC Sheldon is guarding Caitlyn Clark. She swipes her in the eyeball.
Sophie tries to wrap her up, and Sheldon gets to the floor, and all hell breaks loose.
do we really think the outcome would have been the same? The officials had every chance to take control. Instead, they handed out a technical foul to Caitlyn Clark, yes, to the same player who just got physically assaulted on the court. It's hard to call it anything other than an absolute embarrassment. Even Fever head coach Stephanie White couldn't stay silent anymore. She publicly criticized the referees after the game, saying she saw it all coming.
There is now a petition to remove Sophie Cunningham from the WNBA. It has 114 signatures.
The tension, the physicality, the brewing aggression. She even admitted she started warning officials in the first quarter, and still nothing was done. Stephanie White said it best. This has been happening all season long. It's not just one game. And she's right. The league has had multiple opportunities to crack down on this kind of behavior, and every time they failed to act, it's gotten worse. And this isn't just about Clark being a superstar. It's about player safety. It's about maintaining the
WNBA has this no space for hate campaign, and I'm just letting them know, like, you've created this space for the hate.
The no space for hate campaign was directed towards a certain fan base.
Caitlyn Clark comes into the WNBA, goes through college. She has panache. She has style.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlyn?
Yeah, she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person, and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
It is undeniable that Caitlyn Clark is the engine.
Caitlyn Clark effect. There has been so much of an influx in attendance, in jersey sales, and viewership, all the things.
That's about star power, narrative, and likability.
Caitlyn Clark comes into the WNBA, goes through college. She has panache. She has style.
Be a representation of what the WNBA would want in their league. This is our league. This was built, like, I feel like as a women's basketball historian myself, I've been watching since I was 5. I was here before the league started, as a lot of the fans on social media feel the same. That ain't a representation of us. Y'all not like us. They not like us, okay? So please don't confuse me saying motivated by hate by meaning hating on a team the way a normal, die-hard fan would.
People can say whatever they want about Caitlyn Clark. People can say whatever they want about the Indiana Fever, that white girl this, corn girl that, person from Iowa this, person from Iowa that, so on and so forth. And the WNBA?
Going after a superstar and trying to rough them up a little bit to get in their head is a part of sports. When it crosses the line, the referees need to do their jobs. They need to do their jobs, blow the whistle, and officiate properly. Hand out flagrants, kick people out of games, nip it in the bud.
And like she got really rocked.
Oh,
and
man.
like
that league will be a death warrant for that league. Yeah, it'd be.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. period.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right. So she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.
Just have nothing but great things to say about who she is as a person. Just so welcoming and so warm as an individual that she can have a conversation with anybody. She's cut from the same cloth as me in that regard. You know what? Us Midwesterners, we tend to just, accept everybody with open arms. She was so kind to my family and everyone in the suite when she came to KC. So huge fans of Caitlyn Clark.
It is a mad situation just all around when it comes to Caitlyn Clark, because it's very clear that she is way stronger.
Let's be brutally honest. The WNBA has an image crisis right now, and it's growing worse with every game Caitlyn Clark plays. This league should be celebrating Clark. She's not just a rookie. She's a walking headline, a ratings machine, and the most talked about player in women's basketball today. But instead of promoting her as the face of the future, the WNBA is a
WNBA without Caitlyn Clark remains an attraction that not many people want to watch. Without Caitlyn Clark,
is going to massively affect the WNBA.
allowing her to be targeted, shoved, taunted, and left unprotected week after week. And the fans? They've had enough. Social media has completely exploded. Clips of the Marina Mabrey hip check and JC Sheldon's eye gouge have been replayed millions of times. The comments are vicious.
She is a supernova fame, a level of fame with one-of-a-kind talent, and it is game-changing for the entire league.
Caitlyn Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
Caitlyn Clark is Indiana Fever's leading scorer at over 19 points a game. Caitlyn Clark is undeniably the offensive engine.
You cannot deny the impact that she's made on this sport.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right. So she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlyn?
And she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person, and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
Not towards Clark, but toward the league. Fans are calling the WNBA a clown show, a joke, a disgrace, and the league is doing very little to change that narrative. When the average viewer sees a young, talented player repeatedly fouled hard and left to defend herself, while the refs swallow the whistle and the league says nothing, what do you think they're going to feel?
this will be some thrilling breakdowns of basketball strategy. Thrilling, I tell you. I cannot wait to watch this.
They're going to walk away, and sponsors will follow. The silence from the WNBA's leadership is the loudest statement of all. No fines, no suspensions, no public explanation, nothing. If the league thinks this will just fade away, they're dead wrong, because this isn't just about Clark anymore. It's about every player who steps on that court knowing that
Caitlyn Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
Caitlyn Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
The jerseys, the number 22, the various styles, whether it's a t-shirt with 22, whether it's an Iowa jersey, whether it's a Fever jersey, a throwback, I mean, whatever. The amount of people in yellow 22 apparel is stunning.
what we're witnessing isn't just a rookie season, it's a revolution. Caitlyn Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's exposing a league that's still figuring out how to handle greatness. And every time she gets knocked down, she gets back up stronger. And that's exactly why they keep coming for her. This latest hit from the Atlanta Dreams camp, it wasn't just a foul, it was a message. But here's one back.
CBS launching WNBA tip-off. Okay, that sounds fine. A pregame featuring, Renee. They're not like us. They're not like us. We do not want them here. We don't want those fans. Montgomery and Dawn Kelly as analysts, along with Sarah Kustok as host.
When you step back and connect the dots, it becomes harder to believe this is just random, physical basketball. What's happening to Caitlyn Clark looks less like competition and more like a calculated campaign. Clark didn't simply join the WNBA, she flipped it on its head. She brought record-breaking viewership, packed arenas, and a flood of new fans to a league that desperately needed momentum. But with that spotlight came power, and with power came pushback. Sources inside the league have whispered it. Some players, executives, and even owners feel eclipsed by the Caitlyn Clark phenomenon.
One, because she's really good, and you're, with any great player, you're going to try to intimidate physically if you can. And two, because she brings it on. She talks trash. She lets you know when she's putting it in your eye. She walks around the floor, whether it's with the referees, whether it's with the opponent, whether it's with anybody, as if she's the baddest woman on the planet, if not on the court. And she has the ability to back that up. I don't have any issue with that.
What we're witnessing isn't just a standout rookie season. It's a full-blown shift in the WNBA. Caitlyn Clark isn't just changing how the game is played. She's revealing how the league reacts when someone shines too brightly, too fast.
She is a supernova, a level of fame with one-of-a-kind talent, and it is game-changing for the entire league.
Caitlyn Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
Caitlyn Clark is Indiana Fever's leading scorer at over 19 points a game. Caitlyn Clark is undeniably the offensive engine.
You cannot deny the impact that she's made on this sport.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right, so she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlyn?
And she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person, and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
Every time she's knocked down, she gets up tougher. Every cheap shot, every silent response from officials, every sideline smirk, it all feeds the fire. And that's exactly why they keep coming at her. This latest moment with the Atlanta Dream, it wasn't just physical, it was symbolic. A message sent loud and clear. But here's the message back. Caitlyn Clark isn't folding.
It is undeniable that Caitlyn Clark is the engine.
Caitlyn Clark effect, there has been so much of an influx in attendance and jersey sales and viewership, all the things.
That's about star power, narrative, and likability.
Caitlyn Clark comes into the WNBA, goes through college. She has panache. She has style.
She is a supernova, a level of fame with one-of-a-kind talent, and it is game-changing for the entire league.
Caitlyn Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
Caitlyn Clark is Indiana Fever's leading scorer at over 19 points a game. Caitlyn Clark is undeniably the offensive engine.
You cannot deny the impact that she's made on this sport.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right, so she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlyn?
And she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person, and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
And neither are the millions watching her rise. So if you believe in real talent being respected, not punished, go ahead and like this video. If you're tired of the politics, the double standards, and the backroom games, hit subscribe. And tell us in the comments, was this just tough basketball? Or was something far more calculated at play? The story isn't over, and we're just getting started.